All right, good morning, guys. Quick audio check. Can you guys hear me now? It's probably fixed. Well, it is fixed at least. Let me know how the sound is. If not, I can make some little adjustments. Good morning. How you guys doing this morning? Oh, you guys can't see that chart. Let's go to this one. Great. Sounds good. That's what I like to hear. Well, we've got we got a market moving this morning, so let's dive in, take a look at this. We've got S&Ps so far up this morning here, 0.34%, Nasdaq up 0.39%, Russell here up 0.41%, and the Dow up 0.35%. So none of those markets are really standing out to me in terms of what it is that they are, something doing better than the others. So far, everything seems to be in alignment here so far this morning. Crown of Wisdom, I'm looking for some nice price action today as well. We had a decent price action yesterday. We actually came down and traded some support levels in the Russell and the Dow, which I'll talk about in a minute. But yeah, let me turn this up a bit. There you go. But yeah, so we're going to be coming into today and have a lot on the table here with some resistance levels we're going to be running into. So we'll start off here with the S&Ps. And we put this level in place yesterday, 3000.75. And that was the level that bulls needed to be able to get above. And if we're able to get above those, then like I said, we're back at, 0875s and basically these kind of 3012s up here. Well, if we turn the extended session on right now, you can see top tick so far is 3001. So we rallied up, tested this level almost to the tick there. We pushed one tick through that 3000.75 level. That level was drawn in place yesterday in anticipation of a break to the upside. So no cherry picking there on that level. But we're coming up into this level now, and the point remains the same for today. If we are going to hold and push back higher, based on the fact that the Dow was essentially not breaking the downtrend yesterday and or Friday here, then 3000.75 is going to need a break above. We're going to be opening, like I said, right in and around that level here. And if we can do so, base a little bit, get confirmation closes above 3000.75s, then I think we go higher from there. In terms of pullbacks here, realistically, aggressive pullbacks here on the day for the S&Ps are going to come in at 29.99, which is pretty much right where we're sitting at here. If we do, in fact, get a little bit more weakness, then I would expect kind of 91.50s to trade here. I don't anticipate that actually being the case. We've got overnight highs here, 3001s, of course, and overnight lows 29.8750. So we've already come off of these levels here, and we'll push through these levels, rally back, tested them in the pre-market session, and then now pushing up higher here. So I think for the most part, any pullbacks today to 29.99s, we maybe push through that by a couple ticks or a point or so in here. But I think that's most likely going to be about all we'll see today in terms of pullbacks. We may consolidate a little bit longer, but then again, breaking out through those 300.75 is kind of what I'm looking for there in the S&Ps. And once we get through those, we're pretty much good. I think, like I said, all the way up to like 3012s or so, somewhere kind of up in this zone here. And then from there, we're pretty much back to new all-time highs in the S&Ps. Again, none of that is yet to be confirmed, but given the price action yesterday, the lack of a downtrend so far in the Dow, and rallying back into this resistance level so far, that would be what I expect to see today. Next up on the list here is going to be the Nasdaq. Now, Nasdaq has something interesting. I'm going to flip back and forth between these charts here, and I want you guys to focus on essentially 3 bars inside of this chart. I want you to focus on yesterday's open and the very next 2 bars here. So these 3 bars right off the rip here, this is an hourly chart for the Nasdaq. Take a look at these 3 bars, and then I'm going to switch back to the S&Ps real quick. take a look at those same 3 bars. And what you'll notice the difference here is, I'll flip back one more time, NASDAQ, S&Ps here. What you'll notice with the S&Ps is we actually cracked that first hourly low of the day on the second and essentially on the third hour here. Had a red bar there that kind of took out those prior lows. To whereas in the NASDAQ here, you'll notice first hourly bar, strong like bull there, a little bit of a pullback, and then just continue to work our way higher here. This gave us a pivot level in place. I like it when my mouse works, of 78, 97, 75s here. And essentially what we're looking at now is if this level breaks 78, 97, 75s, then the NASDAQ is in for some trouble here. The other thing to notice is NASDAQ on Friday came down, took out Thursday's lows, right? That's something we're kind of storing in the back of our brain for a quick second. And we're still continuing to push higher here. There's really no resistance levels in here on an hourly chart. The only thing we can really kind of pull from is going to be this open up here, 79.74 quarters. We're currently about 20 points away from that level here. I would probably anticipate this level to trade at some point today. The question is now, okay, we're gapping up to 79.5650s. Where are we going to pull back to from this gap, or are we just going to kind of rip right off the open? And what I'm looking for when it comes to that here is we've got this pullback level, 79.41 quarters. If you remember, that was the same exact level that we were looking at from an hourly chart on this pullback here last Friday that didn't in fact hold. And the fact is now we're actually gapping above that level. If we turn the extended session on here, you'll see we traded this level once, pulled back, traded it twice, pulled back. Third time we tested, set up a 1, 2, 3 pattern, and then have ripped out from that level so far. We have yet to retest this level since we broke out, though, in the overnight session so far. And that would be the first area for a pullback I will be looking at on the day here for the NASDAQ. So NASDAQ opens, call it 79.55s basically. If we can pull back that 14 points and tag 79.41 quarters, I like the NASDAQ to the long side. If not, I think we're going to have to do a little bit of kind of evasive maneuvering here and look into the smaller time frame 987 tick chart, use the opening print as a guide for the day, and pick up the small time frame uptrend excuse me, off the 987 tick chart, as long as it gives us good risk reward to 79.74 quarters as a first target. And then from there, we're off and running back up towards essentially 8,000 here, which has yet to trade intraday session for these markets. Excuse me. Now, we are currently about 43 points away from trading that $8,000 number at the moment. The NASDAQ is up 33 points on the day. And we tacked on from yesterday's range alone, outside of the gap up, another 61 points to the upside. We only have 40-some points to move today. Yesterday we moved 60-some off the gap. I don't see it being any problems at all for the NASDAQ to be able to get that 40-some point rally here. Again, I would like to take this trade if it can pull back to 79.41 quarters, or if we're not going to get that, we purchase we're looking to purchase a small time frame uptrend there that gives us good risk reward ratio to 79.74 quarters on a first target, and then some to hold up to 8,000 there. And we actually traded, 8,001.50 in the overnight session the other day. Yeah, 8,001.50s. So somewhere up in there. So realistically, we've got about 40-some points to go to second target, and right now about 16 points to go to first target. So I really do like that trade, and going to be looking to most likely aggressively get into a trade here in the NASDAQ off of the rip so far this morning. We did not look back at all yesterday from the open. Opening print 77.50s, the lows were 75 quarter. We sold off 2 points in there, and then just continue to push higher all day. So that's what I'm looking for there in the NASDAQ. In the Russell here, this 1545.70 level came in super clutch yesterday and was able to hold up essentially what is this consolidation, downtrend, sloppy, maybe bull flag, maybe some type of pattern that I don't know here in the Russell. But it ended up coming down and testing this 1545.70 support level and held. It gave a nice reaction, rallied back up to the 52.70 opening print, came down, tested it again, and then now so far giving us a nice reaction and gapping up here at about 1555s. Russell is still the weakest by far. There's no question about it. You can't argue it. Russell is just weak overall here. But what I would expect for the Russell here is pullbacks to 1550, 40s on the day to hold. If for whatever reason we get a little bit deeper pullback, kind of like the action we saw on Friday here out of these markets, where we kind of pull back into support, we're not holding, we're trying to push through it, that type of thing. If the Russell pulls back to 1550.40 and we're not holding in there, then I think we can just kind of scrap longs on the day. I really want to use the Russell as kind of like a catalyst here for, I think the NASDAQ can move independently of the Russell, but overall it's been kind of the observation where if the Russell is doing something, it's typically like a day or two ahead of potentially what the rest of the markets are going to do here. So I want to kind of keep that in mind here. I will not be looking to trade, or I don't know how to say that. I'm not looking to trade the Russell today on pullbacks to 1550 40s just because of this action right here. I'm only looking to use it as a kind of guide or some type of catalyst here to make sure that the rest of the markets are actually as strong as they look or appear, and that the Russell, isn't going to absolutely poop itself and we end up cracking and going, lower from there, and that ends up messing with a position that we have on in either the S&Ps or the NASDAQ. Next up is going to be the Dow here. So Dow had support levels on the day yesterday, 27,105s. We traded down here 27,078. So we pushed through by like 20 some points there in the Dow. Not really too big of a deal there. Notice we held confirmation closes back above this level. We got closes on this bar, 27,110, 5 points through. Very next bar pushes down, trades 27,098. 27,098 right there. And is able to regain that and start working its way on the uptrend here. Dow is now gapping. It's about to trade new overnight highs here. 27,292 is this level up here. So far, overnight highs 27,289s. Dow is currently printing 283s here. If Dow can get above this level, then I think we have higher prices to go here for the Dow. The Dow did not break this trend here. It didn't break this support level last Friday on the sell-off. It actually didn't even come close. It ended up trading it yesterday here. But again, notice the difference in the charts here between the Dow. First 2 hourly bars, or first 3 hourly bars here on the day. First two are red. Take a look at the NASDAQ. First one is green, small little 1, 2, 3 pattern, and we push to the upside there for the Dow. The wife is delivering a coffee. Thank you so much. Oh yeah. Sorry guys, she needs the credit card. My bad. I get a coffee. She gets a credit card. That was a fun exchange. Thank you. All right. So that's what I'm looking for there in the Dow here. So I'm going to use that 27,292 level as pretty much the line in the sand for today in the Dow. I like, in terms of which markets I like better, which I don't like. I don't like the Russell for a position today. This thing has just been super whippy, and I actually really do like trading the Russell. If it can have, the liquidity and can do all the things that I like to see, then I think it's a really good trading product. For today, though, I'm not looking to trade the Russell, and I'm most likely not going to look to trade the Dow. The Dow is kind of coming up into that, kind of resistance level there, the 27,292s. But I don't think it has quite the oomph, if you will, to get up to the targets that I think it needs to hit. So while yes, the Nasdaq has a little bit more kind of whippier and larger ranges here, I think it gives better risk to reward ratio, and kind of has a little bit more psychological targets and things like that up above here for the Nasdaq that it can actually achieve on the day. Sorry, I still have a little bit of that kind of throat thing going on, but I say that to say in the Nasdaq that I think it kind of has the juice in order to get up to where we're going. And what I think you'll see is that throughout today, the S&Ps and the Nasdaq percentage change basis will start to widen kind of away from what the Russell and the Dow are doing. I think the Dow and the Russell may still get a rally today as well if we can break through those levels there, but I don't think it will be as large. So my preferred play on the day here, if I could have it my way, would be to pick up longs here in the Nasdaq on a pullback to 79.41 quarters, and at the same time be able to scoop that position, and then look to take the S&Ps back up through 3,000.75. So what I would like to see is a pullback first thing. Nasdaq trades at support level. S&Ps kind of pull back a little bit. I think they'll break the 99s if the Nasdaq's going to get that 41 quarter. And then we've already established a position in the Nasdaq. S&Ps come back up, start rallying through that 99 and 3,000.75. And then I think we can look to find an entry into the S&Ps once we've already got a little bit of, kind of cushion in the Nasdaq. That would be the picture perfect scenario for the day. That's the one that I think is the least likely to occur because I don't see the Nasdaq getting a 20-point dip off the open. So my second favorite play here is going to be finding a small time frame uptrend here, using the open as the bullish above, bearish below, line in the sand for the Nasdaq in order to take that position. Targets up to 74s and then up into 8,000s. That is going to be a wrap for me here this morning. There's really no news announcements to pay attention to. We checked out the Forex factory calendar yesterday, and there's not a lot on the docket for today here. Some existing home sales and stuff like that at 10 o'clock, but it's no red announcements there. So that's what I got for you guys this morning. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and hanging out. Sorry about the mic issues yesterday. The throat's feeling a little bit better, but a little bit hacky still. But I'll be back in just a couple minutes for everyone in the MLT Discord. If you guys want to join me in there, that's going to be the first link in the description below. Just says, join the Major League Trading Discord. Go ahead and click that link, and I will see you guys in there. If you're new around here, click that red subscribe button. It costs you nothing, and I go live each and every morning at about 9 o'clock doing exactly what I just did. And if you enjoyed this, please give me a thumbs up on this video, and I will see you guys either tomorrow or in the Discord. Have a good trading day.